Hello, podcast listeners. We know podcasts are a great way to catch up on a program that you may have missed on KSJE, and it's provided as a free service of this radio station. But you know, KSJE is now listener-supported, and so while you enjoy this podcast, we hope that you'll also take some time to join KSJE. Become a member today. It's quite easy to do. Just go to our website at ksje.com/support and pick the level of support that best matches your budget. Thanks again for listening. Here's your podcast. Minutes past 8 o'clock, Thursday morning here on KSJE, 90.9 FM over the airwaves in San Juan County, New Mexico. In Durango, Colorado, you can listen to us on your radio at 103.3 FM. And if you're listening to my voice from anywhere else on the planet, you've probably gone to our website to tune in, ksje.com. Maybe you asked your smart speaker to play KSJE, or maybe you're listening through the KSJE radio app. It's great to have you all listening this morning. Also, for those of you watching me, thank you for tuning in as well. The video of this program is streaming out live to the KSJE Facebook page and also to our YouTube channel. Coming up this morning, our first topic of the morning is economic development with my guest, Tim Gibbs. He is, of course, the CEO of Four Corners Economic Development. He has lots to share about their efforts to promote this area for economic development. Lots going on, so stay tuned for that conversation, which begins in the next few moments right here on KSJE. Then at 8:50 a.m. today, we'll focus on child abuse prevention and awareness here in San Juan County, a special event coming up later on this month. We'll be checking in with Desert View coming up today at 8:50 a.m. on KSJE to share details about that. Mick Hess is standing by to take us roving with the arts today. Classical music coming your way next hour at 9:06 on KSJE. A reminder, too, if you're a social media type person, you can follow us on Instagram or Blue Sky or X, in addition to connecting with us on Facebook and YouTube. And KSJE publishes podcasts almost every day, and you can check out our new podcast by subscribing wherever you listen to podcasts. Check it out and discover maybe a new local program that you may have missed. You can also have our podcast delivered directly to your pocket through the new KSJE radio app. The app is available for download for free from the App Store and from Google Play. Register now for the KSJE Zero Mile Fun Run in 2026. It's coming up soon on Saturday, May 2nd, beginning at 10:30 a.m. right here at San Juan College at our Learning Commons Plaza. You can go online right now and register for $15 to get a nice free t-shirt and support KSJE. Just go to ksje.com/funrun or stop by the day of the quote-unquote race and pay us $20 and we'll still give you a t-shirt. And you can also run the race as many times as you want. It's 0 miles. We'll see you on May 2nd. Outside our studios at San Juan College, it is 42 degrees this morning. It's a mostly sunny morning today. We're expecting mostly sunny skies on this Thursday. 74 for a high in Farmington. It'll be partly cloudy tonight with a low of 49. Partly sunny tomorrow with a high of 73. Rain showers, though, beginning to start Friday night in the forecast. We might see, what is that now? A 40% chance of showers Friday night with a low of 52. 50% chance of rain on Saturday with a high of 65. Cloudy 44 on Saturday night, maybe partly sunny on Sunday. More chances for rain on Monday with a high near 60 degrees and overnight lows, as you can see, in the upper 30s on Monday night. Back with my guest, Tim Gibbs from Four Corners Economic Development right after this on KSJE. KSJE is supported by San Juan Regional Medical Center. It's physician-led and supported by specialists, so patients can receive the treatment they need right here at home. When every minute matters, dedicated caregivers are here for you. San Juan Regional Medical Center, serving the Four Corners region for generations. Find out more at sanjuanregional.com. KSJE is supported by Riverfest, New Mexico, flowing through time, May 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. Riverfest needs volunteers. You must be 16 years of age or older. Go online to sign up for one or more 2-hour shifts. Riverfest, New Mexico, flowing through time, May 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, along the Animas River in Farmington. Find out more online at riverfestnewmexico.com.
Now back to Studio A and the award-winning Scott Michlin morning program on KSJE.
Joining me here in the studio for his regular visit with us from Four Corners Economic Development, Tim Gibbs is here. Good morning. Thanks for coming in. And I should say, Dr. Tim Gibbs, congratulations to you.
Yeah, I'm not used to that yet.
I know. Well, That's all right. You should get used to it. So you've gotten your all your credentials and your degree and everything. You've been working on that for a while. So
5.5 years, and
good
just got conferred a
Yeah.
couple weeks ago.
Yeah. So very good. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Good to have you here.
Appreciate that.
I don't know how you get any smarter, but apparently you've done it. So see?
I don't know about that.
Well, somebody agrees with that. So anyways, let's talk about what's been going on. You have got another event coming up in May next month, right,
Yeah.
with Forsaid. Let's talk about that.
Well, we do quarterly breakfasts,
Right.
and we always try to bring in a topic that's going to be something that's going to inform the business community about where they are and what's going to happen in the future.
Yeah.
And this one's spot on. You know, the last quarterly breakfast we had was about the Mancus Oil play and what's going on there and the prognostication of how it's going to have an impact to this community over the next decade to come.
Right.
Well, this one's a little bit more come to home almost, because what we have is we have a economist from the University of New Mexico that's coming in, and he's going to give some real numbers on the national economy, the state economy, the Four Corners economy, and even the local economy. So for our business community, it's really going to be, there's been so many things happen, especially lately.
Yeah, right.
So if they can have a little bit of prognostication of the general health of the economy, starting from local all the way to international, how it impacts their businesses, we think it's going to be substantial. Now,
Sure.
we're doing this in conjunction with Small Business Development Center, San Juan College, Quality Business Center. So there's several people that are coming together to put this on. But we think it's going to be incredibly important for the business community. And
Nice.
we think
Okay.
it will turn into an annual event where we will have at least a deep dive into where we are, where we think we're going, and the reasons why.
Right. Okay. Very good. All based on data and things like that. So that's important too. And this is scheduled for May the 12th.
It is. Yes.
Okay. Typical early morning breakfast.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
The last one we had
Right.
209 people at.
How about that?
So I think
Yeah.
we're hitting the mark on having topics that people want to hear about
Sure,
that will
of
make a
course.
difference for the business community here. And I just can't wait for this one as well. I think it's going to be great information for our businesses.
Yeah, very good. And folks need to register or at least
They will.
RSVP a little bit.
They will. They will. Last time we had about 25 more people than we thought we were going to have. And the reason why that's really important is because you get a breakfast.
Yeah, right.
And if we
You're
don't know
feeding
who's
people.
coming, then we can't feed them.
Yeah, because you're in the kitchen at what, 3 a.m. cooking all those eggs up?
Something like that.
Yeah, so there you go. That's important, but good information. And again, a lot of times it seems to me that New Mexico either is ahead of some national trends or behind some national trends. So maybe nice to see what the data shows as far as what's happening nationally and regionally and statewide as well, right?
And I think this may be one of the few hard looks that the region gets.
Right.
That the Four Corners region is going to get, the San Juan County is going to get.
Yeah.
And that's why I think it's so important for us to get that and then build upon that for our business community.
Yeah, very true. All right. Speaking of business community, I want to talk about an event tomorrow that's going to be happening with the Chamber. It's a Chamber of Commerce event, right? That business to business expo event at the Civic Center.
It's a great event. It's from 9 to 1. It's free to the public. You're going to see a lot of familiar faces and some brand new things you never even knew that existed here.
Right.
So I strongly encourage people to come out, walk through, see the businesses we have here, learn about new businesses. There's going to be some swag out there as well.
Of course. Right.
But it's a great event, and it's something that the Chamber should be proud of. Just connecting the people to the business community and the companies that make it up.
Exactly. I can hear Jamie Church's voice in my head saying connecting commerce to community. That's what she says. So that's what it's all about. And there's going to be, I think, exhibitors indoors and outdoors at the Civic Center during
You know more
this
about
event
that?
tomorrow.
I'm on the board. You know more about that than I do.
Jamie was just here a couple days ago,
Okay.
so that's
Okay.
why. But and she'll be here next week as well. So that's why. But that's another great event. So perfect. Other events going on. You're heading out of the country for some recruitment efforts, huh?
I am. We've got more recruitment going on in the next 90 days than we probably had in the last 6 months, or maybe even 9 months. And it just, this is how the events worked out. We got an invitation to go with the Mexico Partnership, and that's the marketing arm of the Mexico Economic Development.
Okay.
Okay?
Right.
They're going to Germany, going to one of the largest trade shows in Europe called Hannover Messe. It's an industrial trade show for economic development. And New Mexico's having a booth there. This community was asked to participate with a New Mexico Partnership to be in the booth, to meet the companies, and to share the opportunities that we have in this region.
Right.
What's really special about that, the opportunity is great, but we're the only community in New Mexico that got invited to go on that with them.
Okay.
So
Wow.
we're going to be there, and I think we're going to touch about 40 companies that we already have pre-meetings set up with.
Okay.
That's interested in coming to the United States. They understand where we are in the Southwest, and they want to hear from us.
Nice.
So for me, it's a wonderful opportunity to share what this community and what these people and what our business community here has to offer.
Right.
And so we're gonna. It's a quick trip. I mean, it sounds oxymoronic to say quick trip, but I'm flying on a Sunday to be there on a Monday.
Yeah.
And I come home first thing Thursday morning.
Oh, that's quick.
So
Yeah.
I'm barely there 3 days, but
Right.
it takes 5.5 days to do it.
Sure. Yeah.
But it's going to be a great opportunity, and there's a few other things coming up even after that. There's another event called Select USA, and any company in the world it doesn't have a location, doesn't have something in the United States, if they want to come in the United States, they got to be pre-screened to do so. So they will go to the local either consulate or embassy, wherever they are in the world, and say, I'm interested in doing business in the United States.
Okay.
At that point, they open a file and they screen the company, make sure they're legit. And if they pass that, they're invited to go to one single event called Select USA at Washington, D.C.
Okay.
At that event, they match all these companies from around the world that says they're interested in being in the United States to economic development practitioners in all 50 states and all the territories. So every state will have a booth, every state will have meetings set up. Well, New Mexico, once again, is going to have a presence there, and we were invited to participate to help tell people of the opportunity of doing business in New Mexico, and primarily in our region of New Mexico as well.
Nice.
So once again, it's just another marketing opportunity where you can share to the world who we are, what we have to offer, and why we should get a really, really hard look.
Sure.
And we've had some business come out of those in the past. So
Right.
these
Okay.
are real companies that's been pre-screened. So
Yeah, I was going to pick up on that a little bit, because it seems to me like that's a lot more possibilities than just a blind call or a blind inquiry from a business in Germany or Europe or anywhere in the world, right? When they've done their research, they know kind of who they're going to be meeting with and at least a bit more about that region. That is helpful, I would think, for you making your pitch too.
It is, and even certainly we're going to be talking to a lot of folks in Germany that doesn't have any idea where New Mexico is, certainly. But
they
we
will
also,
after they talk to you.
That's right, but we're also going to have 40 meetings where they specifically know who they're talking to, why they're talking to us, and in many, many ways what we have to potentially offer.
Right. They want to talk to you.
They do.
Yeah, and so that's unique. And they know kind of a little bit about the region and our energy history and things like that, it would seem to me anyway. So
Yeah, and many of them are really focused around the clusters where we do have strength. And when we talk about energy, we talk about natural resources, and some of it can be even geography, where they want to be close to the West but not in the West, and be able to serve the Midwest, the West, whatever it may be.
Sure.
And each one will be their own story, where we will go into us and say, tell us about your opportunity. Tell us what's most important to your business. What are you looking for? And then we can fill the gaps and talk to them about what we have to offer and see if there's a match.
Right.
See if it truly does make sense. I always say we can always make a good deal better, but we can never make a bad deal good, so to speak. But the more people you talk to, the more chances you get to the plate, the more average you're going to have as well.
Sure. And having your partners with the state there with you, I guess, is that helpful as well, to have another kind of feather in your cap a little bit, that if you needed to sweeten the deal, maybe just kind of elbow the state folks to say, what else could we do for company A, B, or C?
Well, they're looking at us as all together, and they should, because we're being invited to the state to participate with them and represent what New Mexico has to offer.
Right.
So I think we help having the state there.
Right.
We help the state, and they help us as well.
Okay. Right. Very good. Well, congratulations and good luck. And we'll look forward to the updates that when you come back with lots of maybe announcements. Well, you never know. I know sometimes you'd be a little secret about some of those.
What we do is they have to go into the funnel, and you've got to have several things going into the funnel to get anything to come out the other side. And we're trying to do things we've never done before. We're trying to have a voice to audiences that didn't know about us.
Sure.
Maybe it flew over us, but we're just trying to put ourselves on the map, show the opportunities we represent, show our fortes, the things that we're really, really good at, and see if they match with what they're looking for. And many times it's just relational as well. If they meet us, if they feel comfortable with us, if they understand us, if they can clearly see the support they would get,
right,
then why do you look in 50 other places? And so sometimes being first to the table, doing it in a professional way, doing it in a way that encompasses maybe what makes them up as well, gives us a much, much better shot at success.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and it makes sense to me. So that's very good. Speaking of flying and people that fly over us, they don't have to fly over us anymore because they can fly right to us with the airport and commercial flights now coming up on its 1-year anniversary. There is a new manager at Four Corners Regional Airport.
There is, and I just went to a meeting yesterday, a Chamber of Commerce meeting yesterday, where he spoke and introduced himself, and I got a chance to introduce myself to him. Mm-hmm. And Mr. Patton, who has been in aviation his entire career, brings a lot of knowledge and experience and a lot of excitement to the airport as well. But he was also talking about the uber competitive environment for small airports.
I'm sure, right?
We went from not having enough pilots to not having enough planes to communities competing financially for these flights. You know, we've got a flight guarantee program in place that's partially grant supported now, but that grant goes away. So we have to find another one or another source to keep this service going.
Right.
You know, load factor has been pretty good. They've been mid-60s or a little better.
Okay.
Load factors is the percentage of seats that's sold on a flight.
Right.
So just
60%?
Yeah, I think 65-ish
okay.
is about where we are right now.
So more than half full.
Yes.
These planes.
And these are 50-seat planes too. You know, and because a lot of places you compare, if you compare us to Cortez, they may have a much higher load factor, but they only got 9 seats.
Right.
They're not filling 50. You
right.
know,
Sure.
On a daily basis.
Right.
And the flight's been consistent. They've not been canceling flights. They've been consistent. People have been able to count on those flights. So I really encourage everyone to take a hard look at flying and using that Farmington service. And once again, we talked about the things that's been going on lately in the news. If you think about TSA, can you imagine going to work and knowing you're not getting paid?
No, I cannot. No, I can't.
I just,
right, and these folks are doing it.
They
right?
are.
I know.
Now, eventually, they should be made whole.
Yes, of course.
But what happens when they have to pay their mortgage? To tell their bank, eventually I can pay you, or eventually, I mean, these are hard things. Now, the Chamber of Commerce has been taking them gift cards and doing some different things.
Thanks to the community again coming through. Sure.
Yeah, trying to show them a little bit of love from this community for what they do, because it's a really important job. But there's a lot of things going on that the airport is navigating right now.
Yeah. I was surprised to learn, pardon me for interrupting you, but I was surprised to learn again from Jamie Church. He knows a lot. We have 9 TSA agents in our community, and I wasn't aware that it was that many because I know we don't have a lot of flights, but the fact that we have, agents and backup agents and things like that they're number 9, and, would be affected by not getting paid and things like that. I was just surprised at that number.
Well, I try to use Farmington any time that I can on my flights. There's times and places when you can't, and I understand that. But the more we can support that, the better position we're in to keep what we have, and even to add some for additional flights and different destinations. But this is a tough environment for airlines right now.
And those grants that you talk about, those are primarily federal, I think, right? Federal
Most of them
grants?
have been. There has been some state as well.
Okay.
There has been some state and federal.
But if there's a concern about those being at risk, that's, I guess, what you need to pay attention to. It could be a federal or a state issue.
Well, we've talked about in the past and when I've been here for other times talking about the pendulum on federal funding we went from having more federal stimulus in the history of the United States to a period of austerity, of very, very few grants and very, very targeted grants on that. So air service and community air service has been hit just like a lot of other things. And it's incredibly important for these smaller airports to be able to maintain air services, to have those grants and have those things. And a lot of them come from TSA and from transportation. And every time that you buy gasoline or you buy jet fuel, you're going into that.
Right.
So nothing's free. We understand that, and where those monies are coming from are designated back to a source, and they're real money that people have paid in one way or the other. We just want to be the best partner we can be with both the city and the airport to support it. We want people to understand how important that it is and what it can mean for this community, because it makes my job easier when I start talking about Farmington to say that we're one connecting point away from Denver, that you could fly from Munich
Right.
to Denver
Right.
with one connection into Farmington.
Yeah. See.
Yeah.
That's amazing to me, and that's a great thing. That's what the former airport manager, Mike Lewis, who should be given credit for helping to get flights back and commercial flights, put a lot of effort in. Airport Manager of the Year, I think he was named before he retired. But yeah, it's a great thing. And again, to be able to tell that and to make your job a little bit easier, to have that air service, that's an important component for economic development, is it not?
It is. It breaks down a sense of isolationism. It does. It's just another way
Right.
of connectivity, and it opens us up to the world.
Yeah, which is great. So we hope that folks will continue to support that. Again, I hear what you're saying, and I guess the idea would be if those grants were to go away, the way to keep that service would be to fill those planes, but that's still an if, because it's up to SkyWest, I guess, to keep doing that, right?
Well, there's a lot of factors that play into it. The number one thing we can do right now is support
Right.
our local existing flights.
Sure, gotcha. Well, that's the way to do it then, and I hear what you're saying too. So when you're pricing out those summer vacations, see what you can get for Farmington.
Yeah, and sometimes it's even cheaper.
Right.
And even that, some of the factors, you're not paying to park.
That's key. That can be important, right?
How much is your time worth? Mm-hmm. How much is it, whether it's 3 hours or 1 hour? How much each direction? How much is your time worth as well?
True. No, very true. That comes into play. So I don't know of any other airport that has free parking. No one has told me if there is another one in the country.
Or that you can park your car, and within 10 minutes of the time you park your car, you're sitting there on your phone.
Yeah.
Or 5 minutes at times.
Yeah. Very, very true. That's true. Just a couple minutes remaining this morning. Mr. Gibbs, what else is going on in your world? A lot more. You said a lot more travel, a lot more other opportunities for recruitment and things later on.
Well, it comes in waves. It does. We're just seeing more opportunity to get out there. We've been invited by our core partners to participate even more. We're still working regionally. We're still working very, very closely with our friends and cohorts in Colorado. We're understanding that everything that they do and everything we do affects each other. Mm-hmm. We've got a housing coalition, housing partnership that we're starting under the umbrella of Forsed. Because if someone makes the average wage in this community, they have a hard time buying the average house. So there's some work to be done there.
Right.
And we think we can help lead that cause of a public-private partnership with our partners to help bring things to the table that will help people get into more affordable housing and more housing across from retirement all the way down to first homes.
Got it. Very good. Are you getting some buy-in too from the municipalities in the county as well that want to help see this move forward?
We have. We've got drastic buy-in from them. We're just now starting to put together a board for that. We're just taking our first steps. We received our first grant. We had a private foundation grant here locally that gave us some seed money to get started. We've talked to another grant source in Santa Fe that's interested in it. There's going to be a housing summit that's going to be announced that's coming up in September as well. So there's a lot of momentum of people trying to get started. And the reason I mention that directly after talking about the regionalism with Colorado is in Durango, they've had efforts like this for almost 10 years, and they've had some substantial success. Now, their market's completely different. I understand that in many, many ways, but whatever we do affects their market, and whatever they do affects ours.
Sure.
So there's some good examples of how we can collaborate, how we can partner, and how the whole benefit, or the whole community will benefit, rather than us trying to be siloed on that.
Right. That makes sense. And certainly, it seems like in Colorado, some of their municipalities are almost in the landlord business for workforce housing and things like that, and that's the kind of extreme that they've gone to provide that for their populations.
If they want to have teachers, if they want to have firefighters, if they want to have the core services that a community needs, they felt the more than the desire, but the need to
Sure.
step up and do some very innovative things. So there's playbooks that are out there, but more than anything, it's about identifying the assets that we have, aligning the assets that we have together in a way that can reduce the cost for developers, and then still make them profitable, but make it more affordable for the folks that's here as well.
Yeah, very much so. So that's great to be able to talk about and to see hopefully the fruits of those efforts down the road. So that would be great. Very good. Well, Tim Gibbs, we're just about out of time, I'm sorry to say, but I really appreciate you coming in and coming to see me and talking about all the stuff that you're involved with. That's a lot.
It is. It felt like this was about a 4-breath interview.
Yeah.
Because we got started and we were done.
I know, right? That's true.
But there's a lot of things going on here. The organization is strong. We're trying to be a move the needle organization. But it all focuses on trying to make the most of the assets we have and sharing to the world who we are and how we can help them.
Yeah, exactly. And again, just one final note from me, just, part of the success of Foresight, I think, is your members. It's a member-driven organization. I mean, that's where a lot of your funding comes from. And so the municipalities and other entities and other businesses can join and support the work that you do.
And I'm glad you said that, because we have over 115 members. Over half our budget comes from members, like what you said. But if you want to see who we are, what we have to offer, you want to see a repository of our work, of what we've done and what we're doing, go to our website. That's the number 4, fourcornersed.com. There, if you're interested in the past breakfasts we've had, you can watch the recordings.
Right.
You don't even if you're not a member, we're open to everyone, and you can see what we do. I want to encourage people to be a member. When they see what we do, want to be a part of something like that, reach out to us. We'd be happy to help them and have them help us, this community as well. But if they go check out our website, I think they'll be impressed about what the organization is, how we offer to the world, who we are, and a kind of a reflection of what this community is at its core.
Very true. All right. Good advice. Appreciate it very much.
Thank you.
Dr. Tim Gibbs, thank you for being here. Appreciate it. We'll see you next month.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. That's Tim Gibbs from Four Corners Economic Development, my guest here on KSJE. Did you enjoy that podcast? We hope that you did. And if you did, share it with your friends. And if you really want to keep podcasts like this coming, please support KSJE. You can do it easily online at ksje.com.